Okay, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna use a new primer. I've never tried this. It's the first time using it. And I really wanted to get this since I saw that it was released and I've heard so many good things about it. And then once I've had troubles with this new Nars foundation, I knew it was the perfect time to go ahead and try it because the foundation I'm gonna try and attempt to use again today makes my skin look like it's the Sahara Desert, dry, scaly alligator skin. And I have combination skin, so I've really moisturized my skin. First Aid Beauty. I've even spritzed it with some aloe. We'll do some more, right? Why not? It just really moisturizes skin. And then I'm going to try a moisturizing primer. So this primer is supposed to be really awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. So it's supposed to have like coconut water, I think. Oh yeah, coconut water, electrolytes, probiotics. It's supposed to be a replenishing face primer, so let's give it a go and see if it helps me with my what makes me so mad is so many people like this. Like, why don't you work for me? Why? And I'm stuck with it because I bought it at a Nars boutique and it just looks like crap on me. Why? So I'm trying guys. Let's try to make it work. So primer. This is kind of like a chit chat gear of me, just using new products, new to me and new to you guys that I haven't hauled or shown. So rather than do a haul of some of these things, I'm just gonna show you them and try them out. I do have a sick husband at home. 2 days, head bang against the wall, that's where I'm at. Ooh. Bless his little heart, but men are so much worse than children when they're sick. It's like redonkulous. Yeah, I went there. Redonkulous. So that's what the primer looks like. We're just gonna put some on. It smells really good. Yep, it smells delicious. I could smell that coconut water. So I'm just going to rub that in all over my face. Do you like how red I get? Alright. Now that I have that primer on, I'm going to attempt to use that foundation again. It feels like a moisturizer almost. This is a liquid. It claims to cover your whole face in 1 drop. I think you need a little bit more than 1 drop. Like 2 pumps is usually what I've been using. So I haven't been using that much product, so I don't understand why it looks so cakey, dry, and wrinkly and just gross. It makes my skin just look gross. Doesn't look like second skin like they claim. It just looks cakey, gross, and dry and makes my skin look terrible. Alright, so I've tried wearing this foundation and applying it numerous different ways. Like everything under the sun I've tried. So I'm going to go back and use a beauty blender because of everybody I've seen that seems to rave about this. When I go to watch their application or their routine and things like that, they always use a beauty blender, so we'll try it again. I tried this the first time with this, didn't like it because it still looked cakey and gross, and then I tried it with a flat top brush, didn't like it, still looked cakey and gross. I tried patting it in, still looked cakey and gross. Fingers still looked cakey and gross on me, so I don't know. This foundation just might be one of those things that just does not agree with my skin, even though I have like combination skin, which is so weird. So I'm just going to go ahead and do like 1, 2 pumps. I am the shade deauville. DeVille? I'm probably not saying that right. Like Corilla DeVille? Is that how you say it? Well, I don't know. That's how I'm going to say it. So I'm just going to pounce a little bit. I'm just going to... I do know that this foundation dries incredibly fast. So you need to like work like a little speed racer, just like pounce it in. On camera, I like the way it looks, and when I first apply it, I like the way it looks, and then when I get close and look in the mirror, I'm like, woo, that's not pretty. So, but so far it seems like it's going on pretty well with that foundation, with that primer on underneath. So just maybe I might be able to get away with wearing this foundation if I have that primer underneath and uses. And if I use the aloe spray to really like prep my skin even though it's not dry. So weird. Before I was using it with the Hourglass mineral primer, and I feel like that worked okay, but it still just looked cakey and gross on me. Where now it looks a little bit better, but you can still tell it's foundation. Like, you can tell I have something on my skin. And I know it's a full coverage foundation, supposedly. I'd say it's like medium, but something about it is just I could just see the makeup setting on my face rather than blending into my face. If that makes any sense. And whatever is left over, I'm just going to drag down my neck. This color is a pretty good color match. It's a little bit more yellow. I'm really kind of neutral. I have equal amounts, but this one's like really yellow. But it works well to cancel out any of my redness. Okay, so I could still see it kind of clinging to some areas. But it looks a lot better than it does normally. Normally it makes my pores. I could still see the pores. I just don't get what the hype is about this. I mean, it's nice, but I don't think it's like anything spectacular. Let's get in close and show you. You can still see redness and there's pores coming through. You can kind of see it's just like kind of setting on my skin. Got some redness there. Don't know why, but I do. So, I don't know. I'm still not sold on this foundation, but this primer definitely helps it look better. You use the It Cosmetics CCI and just tap a little bit on there. This is kind of just like an illuminating corrector for me. It's not really like a concealer. I mean, you could use it just as a concealer, but I don't find it to be enough for me because I got zombie bags going on and yeah, we need more coverage. But I feel like the little spoon is nice and cooling. I just gotta tap it on, close the lid, and then I use my fingers to just tap it in. But it has like a little bit of a subtle sheen to it. I don't know. It's like a little bit of a shimmer almost, but it just kind of reflects the light nicely so that it doesn't get stuck on the shadows and darkness of your eyes. I don't know the technology, but it seems to work. Alright, then for like, I have a couple, like this area here is my KP, so it's always red and kind of the texture of it is not very, very nice. And this side is not as big of a patch as this side, but yeah, so that's what that is. So I'm going to cover up. I have a couple of little breakouts here, and this scar on top of my Cupid's bow was a blackhead that I tried to get out, and now I'm left with this big hideous scar. So I'm going to use the Nars Radiant Creamy Radiant Concealer in the color Vanilla. I do not like this underneath my eyeballs. It makes my under eyes look old and wrinkly. But on the face, it's a really good concealer. So on this side, I just kind of, yeah, I slather that on. Get it on there. Cupid's bow kind of as a highlight. And then I can just go ahead and cover up some of those concealers. So I kind of cover up some of the breakouts. Okay, so boom, boom. Why not? We'll be fancy for you guys. I don't normally do this. Why not? I see everybody else do it. I should do it too. I'm a professional. Okay, so I just like to use my fingers to blend it in, and that's just going to help kind of camouflage the redness of that KP area. It's not going to take away the texture. It's going to help with the redness. I don't normally do this either on the nose. I'm just being fancy for you guys. Try something new, right? I do normally always do the lip though because of that scar I created from trying to get a stupid blackhead out. I have no self-control. Like if I see something in my pores, like I need to get it out. If I have like something on my face, I have to pick at it. It's a terrible, terrible thing. I know there's like an actual thing it's called. Some kind of like disorder. It's something. I just can't control it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows real quick. I use my Anastasia Dip Brow in Chocolate, and then I use the It Cosmetics Build a Brow number 12 brush. And I really don't do anything crazy. I just fill in the sparse areas and add a little bit of an arch since I really don't have an arch. So I don't know what's been happening with me. I was thinking I was going to go on like a no-buy, or I need to put myself on a no-buy because Mama just got no self-control. And I know it was recently my birthday, so you know I had birthday cash and gift cards and things to blow, but I'm never going to use up all the makeup I own. So really, do I need to keep buying more? Ugh, see that foundation though in the middle of my brows always just looks so cakey and gross. I don't know how it's translating on camera or onto your computer screen, but like from a normal like foot distance away from my mirror, I'm like, I look okay. But it's like when I get close and personal, I could just see it's like setting and settling into my fine lines and my pores, and it just is kind of setting on my skin rather than blending into my skin. And I don't want to look like a cakey mess, especially like going to work and stuff and talking to the doctors and be like, hey, I'm cake face. Trust me about my medical opinion. Like, no. Now, are they thinking that? Probably not. That's just my own insecurities about like my face looks like crap with this makeup. We're going to contour a little bit. So I got the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I forgot that I need to put on some actual under eye concealer first. I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I am in the color Natural, and it's kind of just a really nice peachy shade that's really good for underneath the eyes to camouflage and disguise the darkness. And I kind of do like the whole shebang like that. And take the tip of my Beauty Blender and just dab it in. I feel like it just has a really good brightening effect for my under eyes. And this concealer does not crease, it doesn't look cakey, it's just a really nice concealer, especially for the price. It's like a couple dollars. Alright, so since this contour palette from Kat Von D has some highlighting shades, I'm going to go ahead and use one to set my concealer underneath my eyes. I'm going to use a little fluffy brush. This is from Sedona Lace. It's the 217. And I think I'm actually going to use this lightest shade just to kind of press it in and kind of highlight my under eye area. I will say this Kat Von D palette is a little bit powdery, but kind of like on lines of all of Kat Von D's stuff is a little bit powdery because it's so pigmented and soft, but really great quality. So don't let the little bit of the powder fallout scare you because it's actually really fabulous. I don't know if that made any difference or not. Alright, so now to contour, I think I'm going to use this shade here. It's kind of like a nice taupey color. This one in the middle is a little bit warm, so it's like more suited for a bronzer. And I've used this dark one before and it still works good. And I'm just using a Furless Pro 5F. It's a little skinny angled contour brush. And we're going to contour. Yes, I do the fishy face because I used to have more predominant cheekbones, but as I've gotten a little bit more plump in my ripe age, yeah, I do the fish face, whatever. What am I trying to say? So, same thing on the other side. My foundation is feeling sticky though now. It's like definitely not setting to the powder finish that it normally does. And then take a little bit onto my 5 head and contour around the hairline. And then I like to pinch the brush and make it even thinner. And we'll just slightly, lightly contour the nose. And slightly, lightly below the lower lip. And that just kind of creates that shadow of a larger lip. Okay, since I just used that as to like contour to chisel my face, I have a new thing. Oh, this is so pretty. This is from Too Faced, and this is the Soulmates Blushing Bronzer. I got the one in Ross and Rachel because they are lobster soulmates, and Friends is near and dear to my heart. I've been watching Friends since I was 17, so, you know, well over a decade. And I've always loved Friends. No matter how many times I've seen the episode or whatever, if it's on TV, I'll stop and watch it. I can recite it. Yeah, I love Friends. So I want to try this, and I think I want to use like a big fluffy brush to use some of the bronzer and just kind of do like the 3E bronzing. So like the places where the sun would naturally hit your face is where I want to put this. Because I think it has a little bit of a shimmer. Like it's like a satin. It's not a shimmer, but like a satin bronzer. Really nice. I like the way it looks so far. And I'm going to go ahead and use the blush part in here as well. It's a really pretty pink. If you want to get up close and personal and see that, there you are. So I don't remember the price of this. I feel it was a little bit pricey, but like it's for the cute novelty. It's shaped like a heart. Ross and Rachel, friends, like I just knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't buy this. So I bought it. And I always like to take a little bit of bronzer down my neck because my neck is so much paler than my face and my chest. Complete brain fart. I had no idea what this part of my body was called. What is this? So I really like that bronzer. It looks good, looks good. So now, oh yeah, I'm going to use the blush in it. And since the blush is kind of a tiny little area, I don't know what brush I want to use. I'm going to use this Real Techniques buffing brush. Just try and get the pink part. I mean, I guess if I get some of the bronzer, it's okay because why not? We'll just be extra bronzed. Okay, I like that. I think that's really pretty. Jeez. Now, do I have anything new? Yeah, I have a couple new things, like the eyeliner and lipstick I'm going to use. But for my eyes, I'm going to pull out an oldie but goodie that I've been loving a lot lately. So this is the Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. I do have the old version, so if you buy this, it now comes in a tin, and I believe they replaced this color, which is good because, as you can see, mine is in brand new condition because I never used that one. They replaced this one and replaced this one. These two are very similar to the new ones. They're just a slight different in shade range. So you can still create the look I'm about to do with the new palette. So first thing I want to do is take a blending brush. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Airbrush Crease Brush number 105. I love this. And I'm going to use the Velvet Revolver. Now this is one of the colors that is not in the new palette, but the same color in the middle there at the top of the new palette is still a transition color. So you're still going to be just fine. Just fine. And I should probably use some primer. I'm so out of sorts. I haven't filmed in a while, I feel like. Ew. That was gross. It was just like oil that came out. This is the Too Faced. There we go. That's weird. It's like separating. It is old. Like, it's taking forever to use this sucker up, so I keep trying to use it. Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And probably had it for like 2 years. Probably should just toss it, right? Accept defeat that I did not finish it before it went bad. Because you need like such a little small amount. Now I'm going to take the Velvet Revolver on that IT Cosmetics brush, and I'm going to blend that into my crease as a transition. Were you able to guess it? I bet you were. Like, how repetitive are we on YouTube? You're like, yeah, I already know what you're going to do with that. You don't need to tell me. Okay, so I'm just blending. I like to use circular motions because I really like to like diffuse out that color and really blend out. Do you want to come in close? Let's do it. Let's get close and personal. So now you can maybe kind of see how cakey my face looks with that foundation. And if you think it looks good, tell me and maybe I'll feel more comfortable to wear it. But if it looks bad, feel free to tell me. I ain't offended. I look in the mirror, I know. I know. I know. Alright, once I got my transition applied, I'm going to take a flat shader brush. Mine is from Furless, Me 5. I'm going to take the color called Honey Pot, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous gold. Been loving it. I'm going to place that all over my eyelid. It's such a good gold. And then on the opposite side of the brush, I'm going to take this Silk Teddy, which is like my most used color in this palette. I use it all the time. I'm going to place that in the inner corner here, just to kind of add some sheen there. And then I'm also blending it onto the inner corner of the lid. underneath the eye as well. Just inner corner highlight. Alright, now I'm going to take something. I was going through my makeup collection. I was like, oh yeah, what is that? I haven't used that in forever since they first came out. e.l.f. Long Lasting Lustrous Eyeshadow in the color called Toast. It's a beautiful gold color. These are kind of like a smushy, bouncy consistency. So they're kind of smushy, but then they're gorgeous. So they have a really nice, pretty shimmer and sparkle to them. So I'm just going to kind of press that onto the lid right on top of that gold color. And so that just adds a lot of sparkle. So you could see kind of more subdued, a little bit more warm gold, where I put this color Toast on top and it gets kind of like a tarnished sparkly gold. It's pretty. Now I'm going to deepen up the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to use the Furless Me 3. It's just a little smaller of a blending brush. I use the color called Sexpresso. It's just like a dark matte brown. And it's sexy because it's a sexpresso. Sexy and made out of coffee. Alright, and then I'm just going to take that on the outer portion of my eye and blend that into the outer V. Just to deepen up that outer corner, make it a little bit sultry. I can't even speak. Wah. Same thing on the other side. Now the only thing with that shimmery e.l.f. shadow is that the sparkles are going to kind of transfer up to your crease area, especially if you have like hooded eyes like me. And you're probably going to get a little bit of fallout, but you know, if you like sparkles, then hey, there you go. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and highlight using the Heaven, which is just a matte cream color. And I'm using this on a big paddle brush from Rouge Bunny Rouge. It's their highlight brush. And obviously I'm just applying this to my brow bone to highlight my eyeballs. Voila! So now, I don't think I'm going to do anything underneath my eyes. I'm just going to kind of leave it as is and just put on some eyeliner and some mascara. I'm going to try the new Milani Fierce Foil eyeliner. This is in brown. It's like a powder eyeliner to me. I don't know. It's not really like a cream or a gel, but to me it's like a powder. It's kind of, it's an interesting consistency. It's like a powder gel. Yeah. Powder to gel hybrid. I don't know. And I'm just going to try the brush that it came with. So let's dig into it. We'll just smudge some of that on the lash line. So if you're looking for like a gel eyeliner, this is probably not it. Well, not probably, it is not it. If you're looking for like a smoky liner thing, this could work. Yeah, we'll just go with the smoky eye. It just added, it's like an eyeshadow to me. It's not like a liner. Oh well, we'll go with a smoky look. Since it's kind of like an eyeshadow, I'm just going to smudge some underneath my eye. Even though I just said I wasn't going to do anything underneath my eyes, but here we are. We're experimenting. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's okay, but I could get the same exact look from any of my other brown eyeshadows. Alright, let's curl the eyelashes. So I'm going to try a new mascara. This is the Josie Maran Black Oil. Has a brush that's like this. So it's a natural bristle brush that's kind of wavy. So that's kind of cool. Let's give it a go. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I'm someone that kind of likes a lot of volume. Go big or go home. Okay, but it's buildable. Builds up. So it's kind of voluming. It's kind of volumizing and lengthening at the same time. So it ain't bad. I'm going to try underneath my eyes. I have problems with mascara smudging, so I don't know how this is going to go later, but I will let you guys know in the description bar if it smudged on me. Alright, so that's the mascara and the sparkly eye look. So for lips, So for lips, I'm going to use one of the new Milani Moisture Matte lipsticks in Matte Blissful. I did notice when I was swatching these that these don't smell like the traditional kind of fruity pebble kind of scent that the other color statement ones smell like. It's actually kind of like a vanilla cupcake kind of scent, but not overpowering. It's a very light vanilla scent. So my lips are so chapped right now, so yeah, not looking good. I'm going to use a little bit of the It Cosmetics CC Plus Lip Serum Lip Gloss in the color Love. Just over the top of it because my lips are so dry, and this is just going to kind of warm up that pink color just a little bit. Kind of match the rest of my makeup a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So that's my finished face, using some new things that are new to me, and yeah, so that way you guys can just kind of see how they perform in action, how they look, and all that jazz. So I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat, get ready with me, just playing around in new makeup. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Heart you guys all. Bye everybody.